The CrossFit Games have announced the team semifinal workouts, and as of this timestamp of recording, they will begin in 2 days' time. This video is going to be a quick little brief over what we think about the workouts, the layout of the workouts, the logistics of the workouts, and a couple of little breakdowns about how best to succeed in the workouts, plus some potential times that we expect the higher echelon of the teams to actually achieve. I want to begin this with the amount of teams that are currently signed up to the semifinals, to the team semifinals. This is the unaffiliate team semifinals. Last year and years gone by prior to that, it was quarterfinals and then top X amount of the quarterfinals teams then progressed through to the semifinals. This year, in affiliate semifinals is everyone on one leaderboard, all regions compacted together, and of that, X amount of the top portion will go through to the CrossFit Games. As it stands right now, 2 days out from the beginning of the submissions, we have 83 teams signed up to the semifinals. Last year, in the quarterfinals, there were 360 teams. I don't know if we kind of look at this as the quarterfinals of last year's, just because it's in the affiliate. I think it's the closest thing that we have to comparing this with. Otherwise, if you're looking at the semifinals, advancements in regions, North America, East, West, South America, Oceania, etc., you've got anywhere between 20 and 30 teams from years gone by. Now, if it was 30, that's only 3 regions already covering more participants than what you have in this year's team and affiliate semifinals. What are the reasons? Look, it could be a bunch of reasons. I would say there's an element of people not feeling like the next stepping stone in terms of semifinals isn't as prestigious as it has been in the past, and especially having a in-person or live event final in that case, and still having games tickets there after being on the line. So I think that's got to be considered a little bit of a diluted product because it is in the affiliate. That's a situation, a scenario. Now, I think a really big kicker here is the logistics, and that's something that we need to talk about as well. If you've been following the profiles of CrossFit Games and whoever's speaking about the workouts online, I think you'll be pretty well aware of just the logistics in terms of having to create your weekend and doing the workouts and doing them to the standard. We just seen this with the age group qualifiers as well in the semifinals. We now require 2 judges or 2 floor judges. Sorry, in the age group semifinal individuals, we had 1 floor judge and 1 head judge. Both needed to be level 1 accredited for CrossFit, and both needed to be judges course and advanced judges course accreditation as well. Not only that, you're expecting them to give up probably 4 or 5 days across that time period to be available and help these athletes get through the workouts. Now, in the team semifinals, because there are workouts, and we'll get through these, but they're workouts that have multiple pairings working at the same time. They both require a judge each, a floor judge, and then an additional head judge on top of that. So now you're asking for 3 judges, level 1 credentials, judges course, advanced judges course. Like it's a lot. And I would say off the bat, this is going to be a reason why 1 or more people or teams don't even participate in the semifinals. Just the logistics. If you're an isolated group and you're off in a small town and you might only have 1 judge or person in the town that has a level 1 credential, it's going to be pretty hard to just get that to work within itself. We know for a fact that there are people that didn't do the age group semifinals because of those logistical reasons, and it makes it really, really tough to want to, like, yeah, I get it. You are putting more emphasis on quality judging and holding standards. You are putting more emphasis on trying to get people in affiliates. I understand the intentionality of it all, but I don't think it's the right approach. I mean, in the past, you didn't need a level 1 judge for any event. The way that you still are allowed to scrutinize the workouts, because every workout has to be videoed, and that goes online and everyone's available to see it as well. And if you're a level 1 accredited CrossFit or certified CrossFit coach and you have the judges course, you have the ability to go through those workouts and place them under review, etc. So are we diminishing the standard of the judges that we're requiring to have to the field and not giving them enough, I guess, credibility by having all of these things? to make other people be able to question the workout anyway. But at the same time, already seen videos circulate around the internet of age group semifinals when it didn't even matter that the judge had all these credentials. All of these no reps were being given anyway. So yeah, I think it is a good thing to have a second set of eyes on them. But then at what cost is my team in 10th place and the top 9 qualify, and a bunch of friends and family go in and discredit the other workouts and for whatever reason. So yeah, I think there's just a lot of discussion points around it. I don't think that it's quite well oiled or fine-tuned just yet. In my personal opinion, you're pretty close to landing on a pretty good product in years gone by, and you've just immediately flipped the switch and changed it. And if you do that, like, it should only be for the better. I'm not sure that this is, because of the difficulties that come with it. Yeah, so I don't know if we're seeing a reduction in participants here, but we'll soon find out. Does that mean that the methodology isn't as good and that the top end echelon of the sport isn't as good? I don't think so. I think that'll always stand true. It's always been interesting to figure out a kind of landing marker for the sport itself and navigating the process from how do I get from the open to the games? What does the process look like? What is the pathway of tests? What is like my idea of inclusivity through the open and trying to connect a community and a worldwide international community, online community at that? Yeah, so there's so many things to think. Semifinals workout number 1, you have 5 rounds for time, 15 clean and jerks, male pairing, working on 1 barbell shared between them, 61 kilos or 135 pounds. And then ladies on the opposite side, 15 clean and jerks as well at 43 kilos or 95 pounds. Once both pairings have completed 15 clean and jerks on their barbells, they'll meet in the middle for 20 synchro bar line facing burpees. This one already, we're seeing 2 judges needed, 1 judging the male pairing, 1 judging the female pairing, and then a head judge as well. So we need 3 judges for this workout. But let's break it down. The time cap is 15 minutes. The 15 clean and jerks, I'm expecting, a better athlete to, like, let's say we have a better male and athlete than the other. They might do 1 extra rep or 2 extra reps on the clean and jerks just to give a little bit of a buffer to the other person to put their energy into the burpees. There's a total of 75 clean and jerks. If you're splitting that halfway each, 37, 38 reps. And then the line facing burpees, you just cannot escape 100 line facing burpees. Now, my expectation is that the 15 clean and jerks will be cycled reps. I don't think that we will see any single reps from the higher end of the bracketed or the athletes or teams that are entered into this competition. So I think that we're going to see some cycled reps. I think that we're going to see 15 reps completed anywhere between 45 seconds to 50 seconds per round. And I think that's going to stay pretty consistent, whether that's somebody doing 8, somebody doing 7, and then we carry on with the burpees, or somebody going, say, 6, 6, and 3. That might be an option to save maybe the weaker burpier and somebody not having so much trouble in this. So 45 to 50 seconds, I think we're going to see average per round. So that's going to leave us with about 4 minutes to 4 minutes and 10 seconds. And then we're going to see anywhere between 18 to 20 burpees completed per minute on average across the workout. That's 3 seconds, just a 3 to 3.1 seconds per burpee. And that's going to leave us with about a minute per round. So with a total time cap of 15 minutes, I think that our expectation of seeing our higher end finishes and qualifying for the CrossFit Games in this workout, we're going to see somewhere between 9 minutes and 9 minutes 30. Workout number 2, we have 4 time, 75 synchro dumbbell cleans, 50 box jump overs, 75 synchro dumbbell shoulder to overheads, 50 box jump overs again, and then finally 75 synchro dumbbell thrusters. There are 4 athletes, 2 facing off against each other, males on one side, females on the other side, and 3 athletes will be working at the same time on the dumbbell movements. And then when we complete all 75 repetitions, so you can change any which 3 out each time, boom, 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 whatever this looks like here. Once 75 repetitions are complete, we move forward, and the box jump over is completed when one athlete will jump over the box, and then the next athlete will jump over the box. It's 1, and then you both jump back, both jump forward. So you kind of let cycle in and out on this. The cleans, expectation 1 minute 30 to 1 minute 40 for completion time. They'll probably be moving at a constant rate the whole workout. There might be a little bit of a break around the 40 rep marker, 45 rep marker. There is time to break, of course, but then I don't think that the higher end will break. The transitions are pretty quick. I mean, one person can be placing them down, whilst one is able and ready to pick them up, and it's kind of smooth and simultaneous anyway. So it can be a constant 75 repetitions on the dumbbell cleans. Expectation is that we're probably going to see not too many dip under the dumbbells to catch and stand tall. There'll be a couple, but mostly it'll be muscle cleans on this one. And again, 1 minute 30 to 1 minute 40 expectation for the finish time of the 75 repetitions. 50 box jump overs, I've got at a constant working pace, about 1.5 seconds per rep for both partners to get over the box, clear out of the way, get back as well. And if we stay constant on that, we're going to see a completion time of 1 minute and 15 seconds to 1 minute and 20. So if you think that you want to be in the hunt at this point, you've got to be somewhere between 2 minutes 45 to about 2 minutes 55, and you've already completed 75 and 50 reps of dumbbell cleans and box jump overs. We've then allowed for a little bit of fatigue, and this is a longer process to get the dumbbells to the shoulders to get prepared for the dumbbell shoulder to overhead and synchronization. So we've added 2 minutes to this portion of the workout, and now your total time is sitting somewhere around the 5 minute marker. 50 box jump overs again, all going well. You will hit about that same rep speed in the first round, 1 minute 15 to 1 minute 20. And just because it's a little bit of a layover waiting for the other partner to come through, it's not like it's constant rebound work. The heart rate is somewhat able to just to stay steady across that workout, although you will be jumping and moving. It's one step forward or one step back just to kind of create a little bit of space for your partner to jump over. 1 minute 20, let's say 6:20 completion time here. And then finally we're on to our dumbbell thrusters. You might break this up, say 4 reps for 3 people, and then one person drops, the next person picks up to get in on that 4 action, or might be 5s, it might be 6s or whatever. So when you're thinking about it, you're going to be working every kind of 12 to 15 repetitions before you get a 4 to 5 repetition break. This one is where you just need to mana up and get a couple of people just to hang on and kind of be a little bit hearty about it. And we should see a completion time here of anywhere between 3:30 to 4 minutes. And that's just depending on like the leg fatigue, the capacity, ability to stay in synchro, and then somebody having to kind of muscle up and take on a big portion of these reps. Maybe someone's doing 65-ish of those dumbbell thrusters as well. So total completion time, if you're on the hunt for this one and you want to go to the CrossFit Games, you should be looking at anywhere between 9 minutes and 45 seconds to 10 minutes, which is half of the time cap. A lot of the times we look at the time cap and we think to ourselves, okay, where's the standard lie? It's going to differ workout to workout, and I'll explain this in workout form when we get to that. But don't be afraid, or don't overestimate this workout that you couldn't finish this in half of that time cap. Time cap being 20 minutes, you can finish in 10. It does kind of suck to see that we have clean and jerks in the first workout, barbell clean and jerks, and then we kind of just get clean and jerks again. So you get dumbbell cleans, dumbbell shoulders overhead. So you got clean, you got your jerk, and then thruster. Can we be a little bit more creative? Maybe. I'm not sure. And we are asking for movements already at over 2 workouts that we're just on a constant movement for about a minute or more without having the ability to move on, because the repetition range is so big. I think that the rep schemes so far aren't too creative. They're just, here's a heap of reps. Go. Workout 3, we have male, female working pairs. Again, workout 1, 2, and 3, you're going to need 3 judges. The working pairs, yeah, of course, you're going to just judge each as they go through. Now, this workout, again, to talk about that creativity, you're just throwing reps out there. 100 wall balls, 100 toes to bar, 100 calorie row, 100 toes to bar, 100 wall balls. There's no synchro there. We are looking for the male-female split on this. So if one pairing completes 100 wall balls and the other are only on 80 wall balls, you cannot begin the toes to bar until both partners go forward into the next bracket. So you have to always complete the sections on both parties before we can both advance. However, if one finishes early, they can stand or stage at the next station in preparation for that next movement. 100 wall balls, I don't think that we're going to see the wall ball kind of take too many breaks on that. And then 100 toes to bar, we're going to see some smart breakdowns here. You would obviously want to put I think the biggest limitation in this workout will be the toes to bar, potentially the row, but I think it's the toes to bar, because the toes to bar are 200 total repetitions, where the row is only 100. And you are going to look to put your best toe to bar athlete with your weakest toe to bar athlete, and that's obviously if they differ, or your best male, worst female, and then switch that combination. because that's where the workout has the most muscular endurance that it can break down. If someone really loses them, they might go to doubles and triples, and then somebody's having to really carry the load here. So think about that. Wall balls, again, you might do sets of 25, 25, 25, 25. It's a fairly decent break. Carry on forth to the toes to bar. You're going to go anywhere between, I would say, what we would expect at least the games athletes. Also, actually, this rewind this a little bit. I haven't really got target times here. Wall balls completion time, 100 repetitions. We're going to go 33 a minute. So that's a nice little number of 3 minutes flat for 99 reps or 100 reps. So that's what we're looking for in the finish or completion time of the wall balls. Toes to bar, I would expect we're probably going to see 40 to 45 repetitions per minute, which will land us on about 2.5 minutes for the 100 repetitions, which we're now at 530. 100 calorie row, it might be a split of a male doing 60, 65 calories, in some cases maybe 70, and a female doing anywhere between 30 to 40. And we would probably expect to see the higher end of the teams achieving anywhere between 20 to 23 calories per minute. So we're going to put a last little number of 430 to 5 completion time. So you're at 10 to 10:30. And there was that little allowance of time there, especially when you've got to get 2 rows to that same capacity. 100 toaster bar, I don't think it's going to deviate much from the first round of toaster bar. It may differ slightly, maybe by about 15 seconds. So let's move that slot out to 235. And what do we have? 235 to maybe 240. Now we are at 1305 to 1310. And then finally 100 wall balls, where I would expect that to kind of be about the same pace as the first one as well. So we're going to put a 3-minute bracket on that last set of wall balls. That last set of wall balls, when you get there, squat cadence is going to matter. Unbroken is not necessarily going to be the fastest way, as much as your ability to have enough in the tank to still squat fast and also initiating your squat before the wall ball even touches your hand. Because somebody could be finish 100 repetitions while the other team is at 90. You thinking like, hey, I went unbroken. I don't think I could have gone any faster. This is the workout where you have to think cadence, rep cadence is a part of that situation as well. With our longest time cap so far of 25 minutes, we can expect our leading teams to be somewhere around the 16-minute marker. You are off to the CrossFit Games, I would assume. Nearly 10 minutes beneath that time cap. So yeah, what we're saying, we're seeing the ability in these workouts to get anywhere from what I would expect 36 to 50% below the time caps already. Workouts 1, 2, and 3, 3 judges. It's a lot. It's a lot. Workout number 4, the most scrutinized event online so far. And we've only seen these now for just over 24 hours. The full-time 800-meter team run, 100 pull-ups, 800-meter team run, 100 chest to bars, 800-meter team run, 100 muscle-ups. 100, 100, 100. We just seen hundreds. We just seen 75s. We just seen 20s. Change your perspective. Give us more transitions. Give us 20 rounds. Give us AMRAP 20-minute. Give us something that's going to be different. Give us 3 clean and jerks. Give us 8 synchro strict handstand push-ups, 6 rounds. I don't know. Just give us a different picture. 800-meter run. How do you expect everybody to run the same distance? I didn't want to go on about the same thing that everyone is talking about online, but we have to. It's the elephant in the room. I think it's the first thing that needs addressed. We only have seen a distance run in the year that we did the COVID games online. So we had 30 qualified to the games. COVID, we all did it online. And then the top 5 from that went to an on-site CrossFit Games later on. So a secondary portion. And that, I think, from memory, the workout was Nancy. So was running 5 rounds. Can't remember if it was 400 or 800. Was it Naughty Nancy or something like that? And then overhead squats might have been a little bit heavier. Anyway, you just can't get it accurate and the same. The only way that you can do running that's measurable across everyone, gyms, shuttle runs. Otherwise, this person's got a little hill that we've got to go down and out. This person's running in rain. These people aren't even running 800 meters. Like, there's just so many loopholes. I won't go through all the GPS trackers and the ability to, or the inability to film it easily, or that's the logistics of it. You got to have someone either run out with you who's faster than the team, or scooter, bike ride, blah, blah, blah. If you're isolated and your gym's in like the woods or something, like what does that look like? I don't know. Let's just pick some nice, easy baselines. I don't think that this workout is one from running and muscle ups. I don't think that there's going to be any change on the pull-ups and the chest to bar. So let's start there. 100 pull-ups. I think you're going to see each member of a team that qualifies for the games do 1 set each. It might be 25 each. It might be 30, 30, 20, 20. Whatever it is, it's 1 set each. Your completion time is going to be 2 minutes and 15 seconds to 2 minutes and 20 seconds. The chest to bars, same thing. 1 set each, 2 minutes, 15, 2 minutes, 20. And there's not going to be much deviation between that and a pull-up anyway. We spoke about it earlier, the cadence of the repetition on the wall ball. The same thing matters here, cadence of the pull-up. Remember, you can really break down like just a floaty big circle to a half pull circle. You can catch up a whole repetition on somebody within 5 reps, or over 10, you're 2 ahead. Something to think about. Running, if you're running 5-minute K splits for a team, I think that if your weakest runner is running a 5-minute K split, averaging across the set, it's probably expected, and not, it's a good target. Don't be afraid to run hard, because remember, you will kind of get about a 90-second rest in the gym on those pull-ups and chest to bars anyway. If you just need to kind of slot yourself in about how much rest do I need to get my set of reps unbroken, and how much recovery do I need to go before the next run. So your best runner is probably the one that does the gymnastics last on the pull-ups and the chest to bars, so they go immediately into the run, and probably the gymnastics first when you get back for the muscle ups, because they should be the most aerobically fit and most available, ready to go. So for lack of better numbers, off of a 5-minute per K split, we've got 4-minute averaging per 800 meters. So you got 12 minutes of running. Yeah, if you're the best running teams, you might peel off to 350. So you're saving 30 seconds on that, being 11:30. Pull-ups 215 to 220 plus the chest to bar. So we're going to put 420 total there. We are at 1620. Or chopping 30 seconds off that, so 1550 to 1620. 100 muscle ups. If you're going to the CrossFit Games, I would expect your best males coming in 18 and 18. We already have 36. 2 females 10 and 10. We're at 56 4 sets. That's how quick it happens. Not only are you that, it's going to take a minute per 15 slow repetitions, or comfortable repetitions on the ring muscle ups, 4 seconds per rep, or about 18 reps. So you're going to get a 2-minute plus break if you started those ring muscle ups before you go again. So let's say we've been fatigued from those first set. After a 2-minute window, can we back up 66% of our first original set? So we're dropping 34% of total reps. 18 becomes 12. So 18 male 1, 18 male 2, 12 male 1, 12 male 2, and then 10 female 1, 10 female 2, then 6 and 6, and then finally male 1 finishes with a set of 8. We have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 sets to get to 100 repetitions. Again, we averaged about 18 reps a minute. We can probably allow for that to drop off, maybe 15 reps on the slower side of things. Remember, you might be like, oh, my females aren't getting 10. So this is for the ones that are qualifying for the games and giving you a target marker. We would see the completion time here be somewhere between 5 minutes 30 to 6 minutes. Now, with a 25-minute cap, we can expect to see your best place finishes somewhere around 21 minutes and 20 seconds to 21 minutes and 40 seconds. So off of the other 25-minute time cap, workout 3, we estimate for a 16-minute completion time, 9 minutes less. Off the 20-minute time cap, we expect a 10-minute completion, so 50% of that. Now it's really close to that. So 25-minute cap, you've only got about 3.5 minutes change to spare. Now for workout 5, you have a max combined load for successful front squats lifted each. I would suggest that if you were all to lift within 95% or more of your 1 rep max, it's probably a pretty good day in the office. Look, if 3 people hit a PR and 1 doesn't, and they actually undercook it and maybe like fail a lift that is, say, 95%, it's going to be pretty hard to ask everyone to rack it back up and go again, because you want, more kilos on the barbell next time around. But in that case, it obviously could mean that 3 people don't get what they got in the first round, and then the other person did get something more. It's kind of have to bite the bullet there. So yeah, I would say and suggest that you are building up and you're aiming for about 95%. And anything above that is going to be a great day, especially if all 4 of you hit there. And if you all get a PR, match PR or get PRs, and you couldn't really ask for anything better than that. In that workout, you do get 3 attempts each as a total time cap of 20 minutes. I don't think you're going to need that total 20 minutes. You're going to start your clock on your first attempt will probably be 95%, and just grade that from your warm-ups. In your warm-ups, make sure that you are making the right amount of jumps, 2 sets on empty barbell, 40% 5 reps, 50% 5 reps, 3 reps up until 70%, just do doubles. At 80%, just single, 80, 85%, 90%, 95%. Low hanging fruit, don't make too big of jumps. As we say in our programming, take the small hanging fruit. You would rather leave here with a 1 kilo PR than attempt a 10 kilo PR and miss. It's all well and good saying I could have had it, but you don't know if there might have been 6 or 7 kilos there. So just every kilo matters. And this workout specifically is only really you're going to base it off of your 1 rep max front squat versus trying to hit a certain target or something like that. However, we do have a couple of metrics here. Ladies, I think that the top teams are going to kind of average across the board of a female's front squat anywhere between 120, 130 kilos. So that might be someone hitting 120 and one hitting 140, and that lands both partners on 130. The pounds for that, I think, is about 270 pounds to maybe 300 pounds, if my math serves me right. And then the guys, you are going to hit something about 175 kilos on average per athlete. And that's again for our top teams. I think that might be about 390 to 395 pounds or something. You can only do what you can do on the front squat workout. Now, as I overlook and kind of give my final thoughts and review on the whole workouts, I look at it, there's 5 events, there's 15 total different exercises across the 5 events, averaging 3 movements per workout. Is there enough variety there to see, or reward a CrossFit Games ticket? Remember, the CrossFit Games ticket is the holy grail in the sport. It's really the desired land of what people are trying to achieve. So are we having enough tests to get there? We don't see any inversion movements, so wall walk, handstand push up, handstand walking. There's none of that. There's no GHDs, legless rope climbs, or rope climbs at all. It's quite a simple take on the qualifiers. I do like the fact that it is classic CrossFit. These movements have stood the test of time. There are 3 workouts that do have squatting components. And I would say all workouts are very leg dominant. Yeah, you could argue the fact against the pull-up, chest to bar, muscle up workout, but up really until the muscle ups, it's not really an upper body workout. Especially for our higher echelon athletes, you're looking at doing 25 to 30 pull-ups, chest to bars a piece. I don't think that's in much consideration for the pulling factor to outweigh 2.4 kilometers of running. And if I'm honest, I don't think there's a lot of creativity in these workouts. I think they're a little bit dull in the sense of the rep schemes are just thrown out there. 15 clean and jerks, 20 burpees. That's a minute per movement each time you're going to be on those movements. 75 reps on each dumbbell movement and workout too. 3 different movements there, plus 50 box jump overs. And then you've got 100 wall balls, 100 toe to bar, 100 row, 100 toe to bar, 100 wall balls, 100 pull-ups, 100 chest to bar, 100 muscle ups. We didn't have any creativity there. We couldn't do 10 rounds of 8 reps or AMRAP 15 minutes of 4 people synchro strict handstand push-ups. There wasn't, different rep schemes available. There wasn't a 21-15-9 synchro 5-minute time target type thing versus everything being around that, 10 to 20 minutes. Other than your squat. Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't jump off the page at me, although my page has jumped in the bin twice, so it was a bit of page jumping. Yeah, if it was my way, I don't know. Would I make things different? I think so, but I'm not here to scrutinize that so much about what I would do, just more pick apart what I think that there is available. And is the teams becoming an afterthought? I don't know. I think that we'll still always see the cream rise to the top. That's no issue. But in terms of getting people excited and really invested in wanting to do these workouts and having a little bit of disparity between the rep structures, I think that that's important. We're definitely looking at the more aerobically based teams to go through to the finals based off of the workouts that are given to us. Per workout, you're going to be on every single movement for a minute or longer, other than maybe the clean and jerks and the front squat. So, could we have seen some things where we do a 30-second interchange? There's a lot of synchro work in this, so I do like the fact that it is teamwork orientated. So you are kind of going to be only as strong as your weakest member. In teams, I think that is important. However, I feel as though there could be a different little structure here. But again, it'll pan out the way that we will see the best teams go through to the finals. And that is something I do look forward to breaking down next week. And on that, we'll do that early next week when the leaderboard is finalized. And then I would imagine in the same breath, we'll be going straight into the individual semifinals and affiliate semifinals to dissect those and hopefully give you some tips and pathways to success on your CrossFit season.